If Worcester is the heart of the Commonwealth, then the many bookstores are the heart of Worcester. Drive down any major street in the city, and you'll soon find a collection of independent bookstores shining brightly with unique personalities and characteristics. Out of all of them, I'd like to share with you this one today. That's Entertainment on Park Avenue. Whether you're looking for fantasy and science fiction novels, comic books, graphic novels, vintage video games, toys, or collectible card games, That's Entertainment has what you're looking for. You might even find some of my novels on the shelves. Let's now talk with Saronika Tej, Marketing and Event Manager for That's Entertainment, to find out more.
Hey folks, my name's Saronika Tej. I'm a manager here at That's Entertainment in Worcester, Massachusetts. We're located at 244 Park Avenue on the corner of Lois Lane and Park Avenue, actually. Yes, there is a street right outside that is called Lois Lane that we had changed over. So look for that if you're coming by. Tim has kindly offered to come in and do an interview today, so he's going to ask me a few great questions about what we do here and what my role is. So, Tim, back to you.
What makes That's Entertainment so special, and why should a customer come to the store?
That's Entertainment is a fantastic place for many reasons, and one of them is working here. I absolutely love working here, and I'm surrounded by my favorite things, pop culture, and so comic books, toys, records, video games, all kinds of stuff. And I'm surrounded around people who are of like-minded thoughts and ideas, and we share our loves and passions about stuff, and we just talk about all kinds of things all day long, which I'm so lucky because I've worked other jobs and we just did not get to do that. So that's number one, but also the store itself is amazing. I mean, it's 5,000 square feet of all kinds of stuff, you name it, anything that fits really into the entertainment umbrella. And that would include comic books, toys, records, video games, new and used. For systems, we only deal in used, so we see a lot of retro systems coming through, and it's like looking at a museum. A lot of the things we sell are retro, including Transformers and G.I. Joes and Ninja Turtles, all the stuff that we grew up when we were little kids in the 80s, at least if you're around my age. And we sell board games and RPGs and tabletops games. And so what I love is the energy of our store. I mean, people come here, from maybe a bad day at work and instantly get cheered up from the fun stuff that we have here. And they come also to just chat with us. We're kind of like bartenders in that way. We talk about not only the product, but we end up talking about their lives, and we get to know each other, and some people come in every week and they're kind of become like family. So we actually have a lot of customers who become like family to us. So those things and more are really what makes this store amazing.
What age groups does That's Entertainment cater to, and do you have a specific target demographic?
So we cater to all ages here. So we welcome people of all backgrounds, all ages, and we are very inclusive here, and I want to put that out too. We sell products for literally kids, adults, you name it, and sometimes the stuff that kids love happens to be the stuff that adults love, and vice versa even. So we sell, as you probably have heard of all the Pokemon craze going on right now. Like, everyone's back into Pokemon all of a sudden, so we get a lot of kids in for that. And we sell Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, so the card games have brought in a younger audience, but have also brought in an older audience. We're talking about people in their 30s and older. So we also get a lot of college students who come in here, and we do a college discount on Thursdays. We do 10% off on their purchase if they come in and show us their college ID. And so literally for everybody, and we get an older audience, an older crowd who comes in looking for back issues and collectibles and sports cards and sports autographs and memorabilia, which we also sell here. So target audience is literally everyone, and there is something literally for everyone here. You could go digging and just find some treasures in a box in a corner and just live just go through nostalgia and just live your youth again, or you could just be discovering something new for the first time. So that's the great thing about That's Entertainment, is that there's a surprise, every time you come in, because also our merchandise changes all the time. So
What kind of weekly features, special events have you done in the past, and what do you hope to do in the near future once everything clears up with COVID?
So we've done a lot of events here. In fact, I'm the event coordinator here at the store. So one way we like to build a community around That's Entertainment is with our events. It certainly has established a family environment, as I had mentioned earlier. We do all kinds of events, not just gaming, like your typical Magic the Gathering that we do, and we even have a Pokemon Sunday that we've done. But we also do board game demonstrations once a month. We have had several guest signings at the store. We were planning our 40th anniversary until the pandemic hit, and we had to cancel it, but we were planning on bringing that back because Jim Steranko was supposed to appear here. And if you haven't heard of Jim Steranko, he's a legend in the comic industry and a fantastic artist. And that's an understatement. So we hope to bring that event back, but we've had Tim Sale here, we had Larry Hama here, some just big names in the industry. But we also cater to the local creative community, and we've done things like MicroCon, which we created a couple years ago, and we had such a huge success with that event. We had local creators set up all around the store, and then we had one featured creator, was Joe St. Pierre at the time, and he was fantastic. He always is. But he did signings and he sold prints, and then everyone else too sold their products. And we had people who sold dice bags that they made, their own comic books, little zines, all kinds of stuff. Like I think we even had T-shirts and stuff like that. But different creators came in locally for that event, and we love supporting local artists and local creators. So we run those events, but we also do the yearly celebrations, which we do Record Store Day and Free Comic Book Day. A lot of our events are free, and that's awesome because you can still get out there and do something on a budget. As if you all remember, the convention scene can be expensive, but we like to consider that you coming here is kind of like a mini convention, and it's free. You just to walk in and look at everything and meet people, and there is no charge usually. Some events might have a fee, but generally speaking, most of our events here are free and open to the public.
What's it like to be a small business in the Worcester and Fitchburg areas?
So we have two locations. Many people don't actually know that, but we have a location in Fitchburg, located at 56 John Fitch Highway, and we have the store here in Worcester. And the two stores are similar in the sense that they have similar variety, like it's spread out variety. It's the same kind of thing: records, toys, comics, all kinds of stuff. But the Fitchburg store is half of our size, and the store in Worcester is one of the largest comic book stores in New England. So even being half of our size, a very sizable comic book store. But located in Fitchburg gives folks who are college students at Fitchburg State the chance to go and pick up their pop culture right in Fitchburg. And also it lets us have a further reach out north to people who wouldn't be able to get here, at least easily. So it's great to have both locations and reach out to do different audiences. And the other advantage is that, if you can't find something in Worcester, you can call it Fitchburg and check with them and see if they have it. And we do a cross shipment between the stores often. So we have things being sent back and forth between the stores all the time. And in terms of where we're located, we're located here in Worcester on a busy street. So it's a pedestrian area, and we're right next to a park. We're next to Elm Park, and folks can just walk in and do their shopping and walk out and go to a restaurant. So it's very friendly to walking. Fitchburg is a little less friendly to walking, but you can still it is within a residential area, but it's also near some busy trafficy roads. So a little different in that sense, but both stores offer you know, the same kind of, feel like excitement and feel of pop culture. And I think kind of that mini con feel, in my opinion, just because of the sheer variety of things that we carry. So, it's not just a comic book store, it's, everything.
What sort of personal activities do you enjoy that are book related that you liked before working here, and has that changed since you've been an employee at That's Entertainment?
So I have developed so many interests working here. In fact, I was always a bit of a geek growing up. I loved pop culture. I watched, the X-Men cartoon, Ninja Turtles, Transformers, and I just loved all that stuff. And I grew up with Barbie and your typical kid things. Um, and I was a real bookworm, so I loved to read, and I was really into fantasy. So I loved like the Dungeons and Dragons worlds, and like that. I read a lot of Dragonlance, so I was really big into reading Dragonlance. So working here, and I started working here almost 13 years ago. I know it's been that long. But since I started working here, I've developed so many new interests. Basically, I take everything I did like, and I basically like multiplied it times 100. But now I'm reading more comics than I ever have in my life. I collect like action figures, which I've never done before. I have a small collection, collecting comic books, of course. I've because I was teaching board games here for so long, and I still do. I have played literally over 200 or 300 board games. So now I love playing board games. Where I never saw myself doing that in the past. So we grew up playing Monopoly and your classic, your typical board games, but we never played so much. And taking on that role here really has changed my life. And we had revamped our whole board game section because I used to run that department, and now Camille has taken that over. But that just changed my perspective on gaming in general, because I took on gaming, head on. I just went into it, like just went right in, because I took up playing Magic the Gathering. So I've been playing that since 2008, and that's my preferred game is Magic the Gathering, and so definitely my interest just expanded. And I guess working here that will do that to you, and has done that to many of our fellow workers, and they are now into the hobbies like 10 times more than they ever were before working here.
What makes That's Entertainment a great bookstore of New England?
So That's Entertainment is among one of the great bookstores of New England because of the different material we offer for literature. In fact, there are a whole lot of bookstores out there in the world, but maybe not as many comic book stores. So we sell a variety of comics catered to all ages. We have a wonderful kids section, and there are writers who are strong female writers, and people who come from different backgrounds that you will read about. So you'll literally find books of every variety here. I should say graphic novels or comic books, because they do have images in them, and that's what we focus on here at this store. And we have books in every genre. So fantasy, mystery, sci-fi, historical or historical fiction. We have European comics. So you'll find something in every genre, and it's a great way, to explore outside of your typical bookstore. So maybe you want to reach out to something different. And I think comic books are really like that alternative book to try out. There's so many great stories that just are not known, or people have not heard about, that are yet waiting to be explored. So I do think that this is a great place to come and try something new, and especially if you're into film right now, or TV shows on Netflix or Amazon Prime. There are just so many comic book related stories that this is the place to come and read about those origin stories. And of course, we're getting a lot of folks coming in who are looking for those kinds of stories. They want to know the background. Like right now, WandaVision is really huge, and folks are coming in looking for books on the Scarlet Witch and Vision, which I'll tell you, like, we've never had before. So the interest is so interesting to me, like what people are looking for at this current time, and that will always fascinate me.
Thanks again to Serrana and the Dash Entertainment staff. I love coming here. I highly recommend you do too. This is like my second home away from home between magic, comic books, graphic novels, the fantasy novels. There's just everything here for somebody. So I highly recommend you come down to 244 Park Ave here in Worcester. Check out the Fitchburg location if that's more convenient for you as well. And yeah, either way, come down and check it out. And it's just one of the great bookstores in New England. Thanks. So I hope you enjoyed our tour of That's Entertainment here in Worcester, Mass. And especially the interview of Sarana Gatej. It was great of her to give up some time to tell us more about the store. If you haven't been there already, I highly recommend you go check it out. You know, whether it's comic books, vintage toys, fantasy novels, science fiction novels, gaming stuff, they have everything. It's I'm there at least once a week. Love bringing my son. We have a great time, and I know you will too. Um, the series will be continuing shortly. I hope to hit up as many stores as I can in the near future, especially once COVID clears, and then I can show you some more different stores out of state. Like I said, the whole series is going to be the great bookstores in New England. I already work with a bunch in New Hampshire and Vermont. I plan on expanding. We'll hit up Connecticut and Rhode Island and go up to Maine and see what else we can find. So if you're a bookstore owner or you operate one and you would like to be featured on a series like this, check out the description for the information down below and contact me and we'll see if we can work something out. If you are a consumer of books and you love reading, check out the links over to your left and they should be populated with more links to other videos of the stores in this series. And if you got one nearby you or you want to take a road trip, I highly recommend you go check them out. These small little bookstores around New England give you the best selection and they can help you figure out exactly what you want to read that's hard to get in that same online experience. So until next time, I'm Tim Baird, author, and appreciate your time, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks. Bye.